Hey everybody, stick around because today we are testing out a really cool product. Thanks for clicking on this video. We are in my backyard today, and I really hope that my audio is not getting too messed up because I've got a neighbor that's had a machine going for hours. I have no idea what this thing is. I'm hoping that we're not picking up too much of that on the audio. Hopefully facing the other direction will remedy that. The other day I was out with my family, and when we got home there was a package on the front porch. My youngest daughter ran up and grabbed it, and she got the biggest smile on her face, and she walked up and held it up to me, and I could clearly see on the package it said Dad Budget Adventures. As I've said before, this makes me so happy when I come home and find a package that has that name on it, because I know that it's one of you guys that sent it to me. And I'm really anxious to show this thing off. First, I want to thank the person that sent it. This is a gift from a viewer, Freedom for Life 40, who sent me this package. Freedom for Life, thank you. I cannot thank you enough for your generosity and for thinking about supporting this channel. And before I get off into rambling too much, let's talk about the product that was sent to me. This is the CamJam cord tighteners. These are a really cool product. It's kind of like a carabiner. It gives you the option of adjusting the tension on cords, whether it be on a load that you've got on your truck or your trailer, or if you're using it around the campsite. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna test these things out on a tarp. I recently bought this gold Armour tarp to go with a really cool hammock that I bought last year that I have not had a chance to use yet, but I'm probably gonna do a camping trip just to feature that hammock very soon. This is the gold Armour tarp. I believe I bought the 12x14 version of this, or the 10x12, I don't remember exactly which. Not that it really matters that much, but we're gonna try this tarp out for the first time, and we're gonna try these out. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up a ridge line on these trees behind me in just a minute. I'm gonna throw the tarp over that. I'm gonna use cinder blocks on all four corners, just so we have equal measure of each tie out point. I could put tent stakes down, but differences in the ground might result in one pulling out of the ground, whereas if I just put 4 cinder blocks around, that'll at least give an equal measurement on that aspect of this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put one of these on each of the 4 corners of the tarp, and then we've got a little bit of wind going today. I'm gonna leave the tarp out for a little while and see if the flapping of the wind causes these things to give up their tension. Also, as I'm setting it up, I'll demonstrate exactly how these things work so you get an idea for that. CamJam cord tighteners come from a company called Nite. They make a bunch of different products, but this is one of their more interesting products. So, without much further ado, I'm gonna throw up a ridge line, and then we're gonna get this tarp set up and let y'all take a look. This thing's hard to hold on to. So while we're in the process of this, I might as well do a little bit of a mini review on this gold Armour tarp. It does come with some stakes as well as some cord. Notice it has these tie-out points in various positions that allow you to set this up in different configurations. I can tell this is a really good quality product. The material feels really nice, feels really durable. Doesn't feel like it's gonna rip apart with every little bit of pressure. And there are a number of tie-out points on this thing. You can see like every foot or so there's another tie out. So yeah, I think this is going to be a good product to use for this test. Now we are only using 4 of the CamJams, so see how this goes. As y'all can see, this paracord tends to get really wound up. If anyone is so inclined, there is a Paracord Reel and cutter that's on the Amazon wish list that I would really very much like for somebody to send to me, because this right here, that's a giant pain in the butt. Somebody go send me that thing. Yo, this is wearing on my patience. I feel like I should be playing the music from Final Jeopardy while I do this. All right, I think we're finally at a point. Well, never mind. I think we're gonna be here a minute. All right, so I've got the tarp mostly set up. I'm about to put on the last of the corners. I tried to record it, but had a little bit of camera difficulty and wasn't able to get that. So let me cut this piece off here. All right, so here we have the CamJam. You can see it's kind of just a general carabiner setup, but on this side, it has this rotating gear, and this is designed to work with paracord specifically. So essentially what you do, and by the way, I love this setup that's provided by the gold Armour tarp. These high-vis guidelines are really cool, and they do have a tensioner on one end of them, and what I'm doing with that is I'm using that on the end that is connected to the cinder block. So I'm going to drag another cinder block over here, and then we're going to get this 4th corner set up and see how we got this. Now, if you guys had gotten to see me setting up the the Tarp, you would understand one of the reasons why I like products like this. I am far from an expert on knots. I was a Boy Scout as a kid, but knots was not one of the things that we focused on. Knots was not. The way this works is the guy line goes in through the hole through the body like this. Pull it through. And then you pull down this little ratcheting gear right here to run the cord through like this. Then what you can do is, as you need tension on this, you just pull the cord. And then this side tightens up the little ratchet so it doesn't go anywhere. Connect this to this last corner. Basically, you just clip this on here like this, then pull your cord. You do have to make sure that it stays inside this little ratchet. There's nothing to keep it from popping out this way, so you do have to kind of put a little downward tension on it to make sure that it doesn't come out. All right, so there it is set up. There is a considerable amount of wind today, so we're gonna give this thing a good test. So I've had to go through and I have to lay the cinder blocks over because the wind is strong enough today that it's blown the cinder blocks over. So I laid them down so once again we would be at equal footing on all four corners. Now you can see there is a little bit of a sag in the tarp because we're only suspending from four corners, although we do have the option to secure from more places. Look at this. Look at all of the places that we could continue to tie out from. I mean, even up top, all down there. There's lots of options for making this tarp into any configuration that you want. But we're going with four corners with the Nite eyes CamJams. We're gonna see how these hold up over a little while. I'm gonna go in the house for a little bit, then come back out and we'll see if these things have started to loosen up in the wind and if it's gonna hold up. All right, coming back out to follow up. This one here is doing just fine. This corner's doing good. This one's good. This corner seems to be coming a little loose. Let's tighten this back up. You see it's kind of slipping there. But I'm also noticing that the rope has fallen behind the tensioning ratchet. Therein, I think, the problem. Now that could have been my mistake from the beginning, so I'm going to reset this. All right, so we got the paracord back within the ratchets there. Back up to a satisfactory level. We're gonna go back in the house and come back out in a little bit and see what we got. All right, so in defense of the product, the slippage that was going on with the one particular corner of this, I think may have had something to do with the fact that the guy line that comes with the Gold Armour tarp is a little bit of a smaller gauge cord than your typical 550 paracord. And so that's what may have caused it to slip under like that. And it could be something that has an effect on that. It does come with its own tensioners, so it's probably not made to go with something like this. But I'm hoping that it's going to hold up. But I'll show you an example of what I mean. Here we've got a thread of each. The 550 is on the top, and the guy line that comes with the Gold Armour tarp is on the bottom. And you can see that the paracord is just a little bit thicker. You can actually kind of see it behind the other one here. I can also feel that it's a much finer gauge just by touching it. I can't say for sure what gauge this is because I don't know enough about the product, but I will see what I can find out. And if I do, I'll put it in here and I'll let you know what the difference in the gauge of the paracord is. But that may have something to do with it. I'm sure that these were typically designed for 550 paracord simply because that's the most common one that everybody uses. That may have something to do with this, but we're gonna go back in the house for a little bit, come back out, check on it again, see where it is. All right, so it's been a couple more hours since we last checked on the tarp. I just came back out, and as you can see, it is still exactly the way that we left it. I think that the minor adjustment to the one corner fixed the issue that we were having, and it doesn't appear to have had any more. The wind today is not terribly strong. It's more powerful than we usually get around here. I think that I would feel pretty secure about using these things if I'm out on a camping trip. Overall, I'm super satisfied with the product. I would definitely buy a couple more of these packs. They do come in a pack of 4. So if you want to go ahead and get a bunch of these things to throw in with whatever arrangement that you use, then I would definitely suggest doing that. I'm going to pick up at least one more pack, if not 2, and I'm going to keep them with this tarp because with all of the tie-out points that I showed you, the configurations that are possible with this thing are amazing. And using this as a shelter over a hammock is a good way to go. Now, I've also seen demonstrations where people have used these as load tie-outs. I think I would test these out a little bit before I trusted them with an important load. But overall, I think that this does what it says it's going to do, and I'm definitely going to get some more of this, try it out. If you're one of those people like the generous viewer that sent me this item and you'd like to help this channel out, check out the Amazon wish list in the description box below. It's just a variety of objects from different price points that if you are in a position to help the channel out, that'd be an amazing way to do it. They'll send it straight to my door. If you'd rather not be named, then put that on the note that comes with it. If you want a shout out saying you're the one, I would be glad to give it to you, because this makes my heart happy when I get these kind of things. It doesn't matter how much it is or how little it is. It is absolutely the thought that counts with something like this. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified of all upcoming videos, because we're probably going to be doing a lot more stuff like this. Right now, with the sudden growth of the channel, I am in the process of trying to figure out exactly what you guys want to see. Please leave comments in the comment box below and let me know what kind of videos you want to see more of, and I will strive to do just that. We got more camping videos coming up really soon. I've got some obligations on my weekends for the next few weeks, but as soon as that clears up, I'm gonna go do some more camping trips. I've got something really cool planned that I hope you guys are gonna love. But for now, I'm gonna get this stuff broken down and put away. I'm gonna get back in the house. It's starting to warm up today. But in the meantime, prepare for the world that you live in, not the one you wish existed, and we'll see you around.